It's in the game.
EA Sports is in the game. Woo! Let's go Rebels!
To a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. It's the Louisville Cardinals and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Guys, this is a real test this season for Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding. As you know, a very dramatic and emotional breakup with Lane Kiffin last year, but the players rallied around Coach Golding to make a run in the college football playoff. Now, can he sustain that? Can the players sustain that? And can he build a quality program and keep Ole Miss in that playoff picture? Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Rebels offense onto the field for the first possession of the game. And now we get a look at Trinidad Chambliss. He's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only one touchdown pass. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Lacey. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Back has it. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Here's the give off the left side. Got enough for the first. There's some room. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Motion from the wideout. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Lacy. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to fire. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Direct snap. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Cardinals offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And let me tell you about these linebackers. This group can make life miserable on any offense.
And that matchup with this running back versus these linebackers is a lot of fun, David. One thing talking to the defense this week is that they take pride in stopping the run. These linebackers told us in meetings, this guy has not seen a defense like us, and they definitely have not played a linebacking unit as athletic as we are. We are looking to make a statement in this one by shutting this guy down.
And I love the confidence of the young guys, and I love the confidence of this defense, and they got some swag. But make no mistake, this running back is good. And this might be the best guy that they've seen. So can he make plays? Can he make those guys miss and still be the engine of this offense? We've got a tremendous matchup today.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we are ready to get back to it and open the second period. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. He's got an open man. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. The Cardinals decide to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Alexander. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And one thing I'm really interested to see is this Ole Miss offense post-Lane Kiffin, post-Charlie Weiss Jr. And they always find wide receivers. Palmer, it's amazing. They've had a knack for it. Was that Kiffin? Was that Weiss? Can Golden find those guys? They bring in a bunch of transfers to try to fulfill the same recipe that they've been using. Let's see how fast it will work.
The best news is Trinidad Chambliss is back throwing the ball.
He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Rebels! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown.
Number 17, set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. All right, guys, let's talk for a minute about Louisville. You start the season top 25. Clearly, expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously, some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. intercepted, and the defense has set him up. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Lindsey. Running with pace, changing speed, showing the moves. He's down to the 30.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The run inside. It's Lacy. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Rebels looking to convert on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they like, because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
Running inside. It's Lacy. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's 3rd down.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry up. Going to the run, it's Lacy. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to him. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. With the run on 1st and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Rebels! Right on the money, he makes the grab in the end zone.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
Try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. Let it go. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 25 team, the Florida Gators. And it's the Buckeyes getting a banner day from their stars on the road. To pick up victories away from home, that's the mark of a focused team, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game at Nissan Stadium. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
And the Rebels will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. What did they talk about at halftime, Holly?
I caught up with the Louisville head coach coming out of the locker room. First game of the season, as you know, there's a lot of nerves, a lot of enthusiasm and excitement, but this team knows they can be better in the second half. He said he told his team in the locker room, we've got to clean up our mistakes and our missed assignments. We want to set the tone for what kind of team we'll be this season, and that all starts right now. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Cardinals with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. With the catch, it's Richardson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They'll give it to Isaac Brown. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Grabbed in the middle, it's McCoy. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
And the Cardinals have this offense rolling. Now on the counter. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
They showed this run in the first half, right? You saw it. They loaded up on this side, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Pull some guys, run the counter the other direction to keep the defense off balance.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when he's throwing on those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. They'll run for it. It's Brown. Big on big, man on man, and the defense wins on 4th down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Snap to the back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Might as well stick with him. Push down for the tackle.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute, you got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing the fourth down.
Rush is on him, and he never had a chance.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with the W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let it...
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Cardinals want to move quickly.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here today.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Oh, they're after him. It's caught. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Cardinals decide to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Wants to throw on third. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Makes the catch. Plenty of room. Feet down in the end zone.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Here comes the heat. And here's the pick. And oh, did they need that right now. They drag him down at the 34-yard line, and they said they wanted to force mistakes, and they did just that. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's McCoy. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Louisville calls its 2nd timeout. To the air on 1st down. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. In this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Caught over the middle. It's Foley. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Throws for the tight end. He's open on the right. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line, and they spike it and get the clock stopped.
QB strikes it. No gain on the flag. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And right down the middle. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put...
1st down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. What a show both of these teams put on today. A couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Showdown with both teams hoping to start their season off on a high note. It's the LSU Tigers and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
There is a lot to prove in Tallahassee this season. Coach Mike Norvell has answers after a disappointing 5-7 season. They got the upset in week 1 against Alabama, but it was not a strong season after that. Fans in Doak Campbell want to see if they can get back on track and become one of the powerhouses they once were in Tallahassee. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. So LSU's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. The Seminoles offense will come out first. There's the dangerous Deuce Robinson. And what a treat to see a couple of pass catchers like this, each taking their shot to make big plays.
And I'm just telling you, being around Jesse Palmer all week, these two schools, he wouldn't have mind playing for these schools because they develop the wide receiver position year in and year out. They find guys with athletic ability that are playmakers, and it's no different today. Palmer, talk about these two dudes.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, they fit this game and the tradition of both these schools, putting out All-American receivers.
There he goes! And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Noles are in the hurry-up.
How about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Makes the grab on the back. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Under fire. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
That's some pretty sticky coverage right there, man. You play that man-to-man coverage and you have those out-breaking routes. I tell you what, you got to kind of be careful as a QB how much you want to attack that, especially when the coverage is so tight. He does a good job staying glued to the receiver and knocking the football down.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
So they have a completion, but not much yardage to show for it as they are looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Quickly complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. They're on the board first here in the season opener. You take advantage of tendencies when you set that opening script, and man, their film study showed up there.
I think the offensive coordinator, it's almost as if he knew what the defense was going to be playing. He knew the personnel. He knew the different looks and coverages and fronts that they were going to see. And that offense, they just chomp up yardage moving down the field to score in that opening series.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tigers offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. Something to watch in this game. Will he be able to attack this secondary, particularly the one corner that has had his share of issues? This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start this drive going to the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to pass. It's Levin. Pocket breaking down. They're working that left side. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Levin. And they are knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage as the defense declaws the Wildcat.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Wants to throw again. Caught in the backfield. It's Watkins. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Great job on the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
And the Knowles now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Powers through the defender. Powers ahead, gets 4, he's down at the 10. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Seminoles will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets it away from his own end zone. Hauls it in at the 40. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Levin. Nice move to keep running. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Here's a give to Durham. Could be an alley. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. LSU quick to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and No chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
I think one thing LSU fans want to see right out the gate with this Lane Kiffin offense, can we get some balance? Durham's been here for a couple of years. You've seen some high moments, Palmer, but like they need to get this run game going. They brought in a bunch of offensive linemen in the portal, and especially a big boy over there at left tackle. Interested to see if they can get that run game going.
And they should be able to get it going, too, at LSU, because when you think about Lane Kiffin's offenses back at Ole Miss, I know everybody talks about them throwing the football, but they were always able to run it, too. And you think about guys like Quinshon Judkins and Kejuan Lacey, they always had a dude back there giving the offense balance. Running the ball successfully is something that I expect we're going to...
Intercepted! They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. With the catch, it's Robinson. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Daniels. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. There he goes. Open it up. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Making side adjustments here. He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Tigers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
Caught behind the line. It's Brown. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throwing right. A strike downfield. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
Touchdown, Tigers. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback, good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Hand off from the gun. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. He's up to 51 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Fires to the right. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! What a play, not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Rides the option, he keeps it.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Makes the grab, it's Lyles. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. FSU calling its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Maybe some room here. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Hauls it in. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Bringing the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Would have been a long field goal, 54 yards from here, so instead they'll try to move the chains. It's 4th and short. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He might want another play. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Green. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. First up, a look at Michigan, taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. And it's the Wolverines, looking to bounce back from a Week 1 loss. They lead it here in the first half. We'll see how things progress. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game at Doak Campbell Stadium. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. And with that, let's send it back to our guys at Bobby Bowden Field.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Hey guys, Coach Lane Kiffin told me at the half, he said this is exactly the type of game he was expecting. 2 solid defenses have made it very difficult to find points in the end zone today. The defenses have been terrific so far, really limiting what the other is able to do. Points are at a premium down here. Guys, you've got to believe that whoever makes the next mistake and has a turnover, that might be a significant change in this game. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Just feeds the running back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He wants to change this route. On 3rd down, here's Durham. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
On the direct snap, it's Levin. Crosses to 45. He's got the 1st down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Handoff, Durham running left. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Play clock was down to 2 seconds, but they call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Caden Durham again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
I love when offenses are stubborn and they run the football, and that's a really good thing. Those are body blows that sometimes throughout a game can lead up. But the offensive line, they got to pave a little bit better room. Like, there needs to be a little bit more room so this guy can break free and get in the open field, try to make a play. Now it's 3rd and 6, so now probably a passing situation.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. After swapping ends in the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert.
And that is big time late in the game that you can trust your quarterback to still throw the football because you know it's only a few more first downs, and this one's over. Nice to have a guy like that you can trust.
Handoff, Caden Durham. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the Dome. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. Pressure coming. Oh, what a cut. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll send the back in motion. Snap to the back. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
4th and short, a lot of times you know what's coming. I know what's coming. Who's going to be more physical? They give it to the running back. O-line does their job. Nice pickup on 4th and short.
Looking to throw, it's Daniels. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it way down the field. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And he shows up in a big moment. We haven't heard his name much, right, Reese? Like, he hasn't made a bunch of plays, but this offense, when they need it, down the stretch, late in this football game, he makes an enormous...
Turning it on! Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. And the Seminoles looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. Touchdown, Florida State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. They took it 71 yards down the field, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Durham. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
All right, you're at a point in the game now where you've got to go. You need to get down the field and score points. I'm all for running the football, but in this part of the field, you now got to start kicking it into overdrive, start taking some shots and gaining up some yards.
Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down, and he's out of bounds. 16 seconds left to get something done. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his back in the middle. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And for the second time tonight, they'll try out the field goal kicker. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. This kicker has missed his only attempt and desperately needs this one for the game. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Field goal attempt is no good. It is a devastating blow to not come away with points here in overtime. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Looking for a man, it's Daniels. Gets it to him on the screen. Breaks into the open. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Pulls it and fires to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the lone running back. Touchdown, no! And they're on top during overtime.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Durham. LSU right back to the line. Dropping back, it's Levin. He's got the back in the middle. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. This crowd knows when to bring it. He's looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Back's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. No interest in another overtime. They'll go for 2 and the win. On the direct snap, it's Levin. Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams as Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the LSU Tigers and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you enter Doak Campbell Stadium, you have to walk past the statue of Bobby Bowden first. This is sacred territory in college football. The fans know it. When they get chanting and the horse gets running, you know this is one of the most special places in all of college football. Can't wait to see how the Seminoles bounce back this season here at the Doak. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. So LSU's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And you dream about the season starting and what might happen, and you kick the ball out of bounds right off the bat. Everybody just settle down. We got a long season to go. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. Stop just across the 50 and the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. LSU quick to the line.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too, because of the field position with the offense backed up. They know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't having it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL.
The offense lines up at its own 14-yard line. First down.
It's a new era in Baton Rouge, obviously. Lane Kiffin is the head coach. Garrett Nussmeier gone. Sam Levitt comes in from the portal in ASU. And David, I mean, does anybody not expect this offense to score 50 points a game, throw it up and down the field? I mean, you've got the match made in heaven, it seems like, between the play caller and the quarterback. This thing should be lights out, I think.
And Lane Kiffin always delivers, right? Like, he finds a way to have that spot play at a high level. Sam Levitt, we've seen some highs, man. We've seen him go to the college football playoff, but he kind of reminds me of Jackson Dart. He's got that toughness, that ability to run the football. So this match together, this is why Lane Kiffin was brought in, and this is why the LSU fans are jacked up.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Picked off. What a play to set him up.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Gives it to the back on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Sets up the screen. Could not make his way to the corner.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. He's knocked down immediately, tried to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Absolutely center cut. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at his 21-yard line. Not the best field position you could ask for, but they'll get it started there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead as we get a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. To the air, it's Levin. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dome. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The sure hands, it's Brown. Past the 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And, man, this offense is going to be so much fun to watch. How fast can they get it to click, right? Because every single player that we're going to highlight, whether we do talk about the receivers right now, they're all new. The offensive line's all new. The quarterback's new. Everyone in this program is new, Palmer, and it's on Kiffin to make it work and make it work quick.
Well, the one thing you know is with this Lane Kiffin offense, these receivers are going to get theirs. They're going to get catches, and you got a really good quarterback in Sam Levitt coming over from Arizona State to give you that opportunity. So while Thomas and Anderson from a year ago, those guys declare, there's a big opportunity. There's a lot of spots up for grabs here for these receivers to go down the field, make a ton of plays, stat it up, and score points for this offense.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Durham.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They give it to him again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. To the air, it's Levitt. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running more, throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some...
He's going for the goal line. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's Durham. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They're hoping for a touchdown going by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the 3-ball locks us up as we get closer to the half. And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. First up, a look at Michigan, taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. And it's the Wolverines. Looking to bounce back from the Game 1 loss, they lead here in the first half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game at Doak Campbell Stadium. This defense has set the tone through 2 quarters of football. They've drawn a line in the sand, and they've held it. It's why they'll take a lead into the second half, and it could be why they come away with a big victory. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
The Noles will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Wilson. There's a crease. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And some room to work. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
Right back to the well. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Hey, winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The offense just continues to matriculate the ball downfield, and they're finding a lot of different ways to generate these first downs. They do it right there on the quarterback sneak.
Here's a give to Durham. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. No fall off from the noise or intensity from this crowd as we start the 4th quarter. much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got his man. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Looking for a gap. It's Berry. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Here comes the offense on second down. They feed him again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. We're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Makes the grab. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. FSU calling it second timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to Caden Durham. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Florida State calls its third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Dropping back, it's Levin. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up.
Great play by the defense, forcing the incompletion. What do you do now if you're on offense? Game is tied. It's late. Do you have the confidence in your quarterback and your offense to convert this fourth and short and give yourself...
Got it! And how about this defense keeping everything in front and making the short tackle to turn it over on downs? They're backed up. First and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got his man across the middle. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
Obviously, that was important. Got to get the first down. Now we got to get some chunk plays, get this ball across the 50 and get in scoring position.
across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And the Knowles will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Now the Tigers will use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout.
Listen, guys, final 2 minutes of this game, you've got to throw. You've got to be able to pick out wide receivers one-on-one that are going to make a play. I love running the football, but now is not the time. You need points to win.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Trying play action. Under fire. Takes the easy throw in the flat. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The give out of the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Staring at a 3rd and long here in this first overtime possession. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. They strike first in the extra period.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. To the air, it's Levitt. Grabbed over the middle, it's Durham. Now the connection takes it to the 11. LSU right back to the line. Wants to throw on first down. He wants it all. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
Motion from the wide receiver. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. They're not going to mess around. They'll go for 2 and the win right here. He's looking to pass. He's in! The 2-point conversion in overtime. What a call to win the game! My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.